everybody. Welcome to Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our real quick show. We're going to show you some of the biggest and best books you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now, where you can place those pre-orders so you're guaranteed to get all the goodness when it comes out in a few weeks. Now, this is a interesting show because the books are still they're creeping back after the holidays. We're still not at 100% capacity. So we've got some kind of unique books in here to show you as well. Some collected editions, that kind of stuff. But let's get going.
But before we get started, Happy New Year!
Happy New
Yeah,
Year!
it's 2025. Today is the first day of the year. What better way to bring in the new year than on New Comic Book Day and coming back to our FOC video.
Yeah.
So we're going to start the show with Superman Lex Luthor Special. This is going to be a one-shot, and we know that Lex Luthor lost his memories after the House of Brainiac storyline, and he's kind of at peace now, but he has a key piece of information in his memories that could unlock an epic mystery that plagues Superman and the Justice League. So they kind of need him to go back to being who he was, but what if Lex doesn't want to do that? Would Superman sacrifice Lex's newfound peace to solve this secret? I don't know.
Next up, we have a new one from Image, The Seasons, #1. This is from Rick Remender and Paul Azaceta. And this one's really interesting. So these girls' parents, their last name is Seasons, go missing. Now, 10 years later, a very strange and wicked carnival comes to town. And the ringleader there, a very kind of dark and twisted person, tells the people that you can see your heart's desire, but you have to leave a piece of yourself behind. Now, the youngest daughter, named Spring, who is left, is looking for her missing sister, who is tied in with this crazy carnival and everything. She'll have to brave it to find out. But that creepy carnival aspect, that's what got me hooked.
Yeah.
That's super scary.
Yeah.
And this is a oversized first issue of an ongoing series.
Oh, nice.
So very interesting one there.
Well, next we have the DC Power Rise of the Power Company one shot. And this sounds interesting because we know that the Justice League has been reformed after the events of Absolute Power to try to help the world. But there are still some people who believe that Waller was right in doing what she did, depowering the heroes and that kind of thing. And there are some paramilitary groups who take to the streets to take Earth back for the human race. And then that's when we meet this guy on the cover here named Josiah Power. He is a meta attorney who has seen enough of rising hate and sets out to assemble a team of heroes to protect black and brown communities, but also to rebuild the human faith in heroes.
Very cool. And a Batman's in it.
Yeah.
Because there's always a Batman. Next up, we have Blood Train. This is a one-shot from Image, and this is by Adam Glass, and the art is by Bernard Chang. So very cool. It's a one-shot. It's a full story in one. This is going to be about a group of friends who have been backpacking through Asia, and they climb aboard the Siberian Express heading home back to Europe when they discover one of their friends has been infected with a bioweapon. Now they have to quickly decide before they reach Europe and this spreads, do they have to kill their friend to protect the world, basically? So it sounds like a pretty intense one-shot, but very interesting, and I like the setting on a train. Maybe there are more settings on a train.
Well, actually, I have great news for you. There's another book called Kill Train. This is going to be the first of, I think, a 5-issue series. This is set in the not-too-distant future, and the population is out of control. So to control the population, the number of people that are there, New York has instituted the Kill Train, which is a random extermination program where a random subway train is picked, and all the passengers on it are slaughtered by the end of the line. And you don't know which one it is. You just get on a random train, and you might not make it to the end.
Maybe you wouldn't take the train anymore.
Right. Well, this is about a woman named Vanessa. She is a struggling single mom in the midst of a nervous breakdown, and she discovers that she is on a kill train. And for once in her life, with everything to prove, Vanessa decides she's not going down without a fight. So 2 bloody books set on a train.
Well, next up, not set on a train, is Power Lords #1. You may remember the classic toy line Power Lords with your main character where you could like flip him back and forth and he got his powers and everything. This is going to be written by Dennis Culver, Matthew Hudson, and the art is by V. Ken Marion. And in this, it's a galaxy-spanning adventure. You can, get that idea, especially some of the crazy characters on the cover. When a deep space smuggler named Adam Power, very convenient, comes into possession of the mysterious power jewel, he transforms into something unbelievable. This, of course, the Power Lord, but quickly learns he's been drafted into an eons old battle between good and evil. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. So, kind of our next book in the Nacelle universe, but this one set in space with Power Lord. So, very cool, especially if you're a fan of those old toys that were super weird but really cool.
Well, speaking of
Man,
books based on
there's a
old
lot of
toys,
like pairings in
right?
this.
We are getting Silverhawks #1. This is from Ed Brisson and George Compendium. And this is just the basic story of Silverhawks, where the mob boss known as Monstar has escaped his confinement, and he's looking to take revenge on everybody who put him in prison. And at the top of that list, we have Commander Stargazer, who's a grizzled space cop who personally took Monstar down. And to recapture Monstar, they have to get a group of people together to undergo this process to turn them into the Silverhawks and basically get justice for the galaxy. So yeah, if you were a fan of Silverhawks back in the '80s, now there is a new comic to go with it.
There's so many more of this era of things I want. I need a SWAT
Yeah,
cat. So
right.
just keep going. Next up, we've got some cool collect editions. This is Dark Knight's Metal Compendium, and this is, I'm guessing, basically going to be like an omnibus with this one because it has everything in it. So this was by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo for the main 6-issue Dark Knight's Metal, but also this has all of the tie-in issues, all the one-shots, all the tie-ins that were in like the main ongoing series, like Flash and Superman and Green Lantern, all of those, but also the Batman Who Laughs and all of the other Batman, the Merciless, and all of that kind of stuff is collected in here too for only $59.99. So if you've never read the original Dark Knight's Metal, it is a trip. It's got every character ever in it, and it's just over the top action. So very cool in there for a pretty affordable price for that much stuff.
Well, next we have the Ultimate Spider-Man Epic Collection Volume 1. So this is a new Epic Collection from Marvel, but you can see it looks a little bit different because they're doing these special for Ultimate Spider-Man, and this is the original Ultimate Spider-Man that started back in 2000. This is going to be $39.99. Collects the first 13 issues of that original run. They have only announced this one volume so far, but I'm sure there's going to be more. So if you're looking to, jump into the original Ultimate Spider-Man, or you just want a good Spider-Man story to read, this is a great book to get.
If you want to read Peter Parker, where he's got baggy jeans
Yeah.
and a butt cut haircut, this is a great one.
Yeah.
I just finished reading all of the original Ultimate Spider-Man, and it still holds up.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
really good. And speaking of Ultimate Spider-Man, we have Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman, Volume 2. This collects issues 7 through 12, so this catches you up pretty much to where we are now with Ultimate Spider-Man. The previous volume ended with the big fight with Kingpin that Spider-Man and Green Goblin went into with a lot of confidence, and they came out the other end with their butts kicked.
Yeah.
And so this is where they kind of decide, hey, we need to do a bit more training. We need to learn more about our costumes. This introduces Doc Ock, and of course the new Black Cat as well. The Sinister Six is started to tease early on in this, so just a great volume of Spider-Man that we're still enjoying now. And that is it for Top Comics to pre-order in a flash. So thank you so much for watching. Head over to infinityflux.net right now. There's not as much as we're used to of stuff, but there's still some really cool, unique items and a lot of continuations of series you may be reading that you want to make sure that you are pre-ordered for, and their variants, all that good stuff. So head on over right now and get your orders in. They're due Sunday at by 9 o'clock, so you don't miss those. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And until next time, see ya.